Hello and welcome to this overnight taste challenge. It's nighttime. All right, I have Gibson's Finest Rare, and this should be beaver, a shield with a maple leaf, two type of deer, Canadian iconography. It's aged 12 years. This has got a wooden cap and a real cork on this handle bottle. The competitor, Crown Royal XO, finished in cognac cask, thus the XO, extra old. Cognac is usually aged 6 to 10 years. So is this Crown Royal aged 6 to 10 years and then aged in cognac barrels, finished in cognac barrels? That's a good clue. I could be on the wrong track. Sounds plausible. Don't know when it was introduced. Some people are saying 2014. I haven't found any definitive evidence. Don't know when this was introduced. It's got a convoluted history, but some people say that Gibson's Finest is from 1972, but I haven't found any kind of information to support that, honestly. It's from William Grant and Sons. They own Glenfiddich, Grant's, the Balvenie, those famous Scotch, Monkey Shoulder, those famous Scotch brands, Tullamore DEW, famous Irish whiskey, Hendrick's Gin, Sailor Jerry, the famous flavored rum, Drambuie liqueur. They got launch brands. I don't know what Milagro, Reyka, Salerno, and Airstone is. They have local brands, Clan MacGregor. I have some of that Scotch. Gibson's, right here. OVD Rum Taboo. I don't know what that is. 3 Barrels and Reynal. Same product, two different names for depending on the market. I have some Reynal. Never opened it. Woods Navy Rum. I might have seen that somewhere. Innovation brands. Hazelwood, Airstone, Elisa Bay, Discarded, Verano, Atopia, and Fistful of Bourbon. I know nothing about those. Yeah, so, these companies do all these things. Okay, so there's a whole history of William Grant and Sons, and it's a family-owned company and all of that. All right, so don't want to be in the dark. I'll be right back. That needs to be cleaned off a little bit. The price for Crown Royal XO is about $35. Gibson's, I don't actually know the price, so let's look it up. Total Wine has it for $26.99. Oh, it's not sold around here, but it's in Pearl Land, Texas, for $19.99. Wow, $20. How do you like that? Well, you never know, I guess. So that's a good price. All right, so $19.99. But I bought this handle bottle. This is the big boy with the new label from like 6 years ago. This is not popular in Louisiana, okay? I don't know where it's popular. Maybe in Canada. I don't know. I'm not trying to put it down. I just don't know. $9.99 at Savannah discount. True story. $9.99 Savannah discount. Now, that's not a joke. Taste fully aged. We stay true to the time-honored method of making whiskey the right way by aging it. It must be aged a minimum of 3 years by law, but we go 12 years for a richer flavor than other Canadian whiskeys. We know you'll enjoy the difference. We are at your finest. You are at your finest when you enjoy Gibson's finest responsibly. So, greatest price ever for Canadian whiskey, $9.99 for a handle, glass, not plastic, real cork. That's, and it's real hunk of cork too. It's not just like that particle board cork. See what I mean? Yeah, that is the greatest deal ever. How does Savannah Discount do it? I do not know, and I'm not going to ask because I don't want to mess things up. You know, talk too much, you screw things up. All right. But we're not going to go with that outrageous price. And don't think they had it. Now they had a bunch of it on a pallet, on a stud stack, they call it, like a display stack, for $9.99 a bottle. And I immediately bought one. Knew nothing about it, but I didn't need to know about it for that price. Went back a month later. You think it had any left? You know the answer. Of course not. If you see a price like that and you don't jump on it, well, then you're never going to get it for that price because it's not going to exist. That's just the cut and dry of it. Now, I know one thing. There's a horrendous amount of sediment floating in this whiskey. I can't explain what all that is. It looks like particles of dust, but it's not dusty. The cap's been off. And this is so common with me when I get these whiskeys. Over time, if I let them set, they'll start showing particles. I guess what happens is, if they're adding coloring or flavoring, it starts to separate. Gibson's is much lighter. It doesn't look like they're adding coloring, though. It's so light. Age 12 years. Look how light it is. Just straw color. So I don't know. I don't think they're adding coloring, maybe flavoring. But no, this thing is just amber. So no age statement, Crown Royal, $35 a bottle versus $20 a bottle. Is it going to really be $15 better? Is it going to even be better? You know, is it going to be better? Not even is it going to be $15 better? Is it going to taste better? Well, we're going to find out right now. I can only speak for me. You know, you might taste something and have a totally different opinion. That's the way it works. Not much we can do about that. Everybody doesn't have the same preferences on flavor and aroma and all that. All right. Generalized cereal grains, fermented then distilled. I don't know what else to say. It just smells like standard whiskey, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. Just grain product. This one smells like that also, but it's got an extra tweak to it. Meaning like that little cognac twist, that wood, that whiskey saturated wood. Now, does that finishing it in cognac really make a difference? I think it does. It's sort of like when I had that illegal, it's called illegal mezcal finished Dewar's. Dewar's, regular old Dewar's on its own is kind of like ordinary, you know. This was an 8-year age Dewar's, but it's finished in mezcal barrels from a company called Illegal Mezcal. It made a significant and profound difference. You'd never get it wrong. It was distinctive, and I liked it. And the bottle's gone because it was so wonderful. And Dewar's does that about once every 4 months, like say 3 times a year. They come up with a new one, rum barrel finish, French wood oak, French oak finish, and maybe bourbon barrel finish, whatever. They just keep changing it up. I don't buy them all. I can't buy everything. It becomes impractical taste. I got so much stuff now, it's not even funny. It's a joke. When I first tried Gibson's, I didn't like it. Well, when I did a solo review, I did, and then I started putting in taste challenges, and it tasted nasty, like harsh. I don't know. It seemed like it mellowed out. Can that happen in a bottle? Can it mellow out? People say no, it can't age in a bottle. It only ages in a barrel, and I guess that's true. I'm not a scientist, but it does seem to be maybe I've acclimated to it, though. That could be the case that I got used to it. I'm tasting sugar water, and that's nothing unusual because I tell you the truth, whiskey to me tastes like sugar water, whether it's American blended or Canadian blended, tastes like sugar water. Now, American blended with all that unaged grain spirits in it, it'll taste like funky monkey sugar water sometimes, like too musty, like corn spirits. Mm. Yeah, that's just the product, But this is just like refined sugar water. It's got to be aged at least 3 years. All the components. They can't have unaged grain spirits in it. Cannot do it. In the U.S., they can do it, but I didn't make the law. All right. Yeah, tastes fine. Mighty fine. Tastes like about a $20 whiskey. Yeah. You can tell that cognac twist at the end. It's almost like a cocktail. You say, you mad, you going crazy. You shouldn't be doing these overnight things. You're slipping into insanity. I don't think I'm crazy. I think it has the cognac twist to it, a la the cognac barrels. This is the XO, definitively. Yep, I got it right. Haha. So, do these taste similar one to another? Not really. Only in the cereal grain sense, corn, rye, wheat, maybe, barley, probably, rye for sure. $15. Is the Crown Royal XO really a $15 better product? Should you pay the extra $15? So far, so no. With all the taste challenges I've done so far, it's been like, nah, it's not really worth it. Let's see here. No knock against Gibsons, believe me. But there's nothing too great about it. It just tastes like sugar water. I like sugar water, I guess. I never drink it, but you know what I'm saying? No, I mean it's okay. It's fine. It's good. It's like literally good. I have a big bottle. I got a lot left to do. I got a lot left to do with it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be dissipating this anytime soon in the next probably last 5 years at my pace. I think it probably is worth the $15 to pay the extra $15. You get a much more elaborate product. In this tasting, now, seemed like every tasting things change, and I'm trying to keep the variables out of the deal. But Daryl Macias, good morning, Ronald. Early challenge. Yes, I had the time. We've got the challenge, but I mean, I had the time, so watched the NFL highlights. Very exciting games. I was watching some of the games yesterday till I got sick of looking at it, but it was not my team playing, so. But very interesting. The Giants beating Minnesota. No shock there because Minnesota seemed like they've been underwhelming all year, even though with their good record, it seemed like, I don't know, this team, they always seem to do bad in the playoffs, ultimately. That's the truth, ultimately, because they've never won Super Bowl and they've been there 4 times. Not to mention all the other playoff fiascos. But the Giants, that's a weird team. Like, they'll do lousy during the season, then they get in the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. So that's why playoffs are unfair. Playoffs reward inferior teams. They don't reward the good team. You got the best record in the NFL, you're the champs in reality. But they say no. The fans, they want to, that's why they started playoffs in 1933, because they noticed that when their team was obviously not going to be the champion, people stopped going to the games. I wouldn't do that. I just like to go, just to watch. But other people, they're funny like that. They're only going to run behind a bandwagon, when the music's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only run behind a winner. Some fan, huh? But the NFL knows that. They knew it 90 years ago, and they know it now. So they say, "Oh, let all these people in the playoffs, so people will be excited," because people have very unloyal. Not to say that the NFL is loyal. For example, the Raiders, but you know what I'm saying. So they do that. This like concocted, um, convoluted thing. So all right, people watch it. Yeah, we won the wild card round, you know, and that kind of thing. So I don't care. I'm glad they want to stop racism. See, I didn't know about that until they put that on the field. I thought you should support it, but they saying no, stop it. So I said, oh, I'm glad the NFL corrected my mind. You see, so many Americans were so in error before the NFL gave them that virtue signal. And it's nice to be told how to think by corporate entities. Don't you agree? All right. So in this case, I'm saying in this case, the Crown Royal XO is worth the extra money, but I cannot say what's going to happen in the future taste challenges. Time will tell. Well, I'm going off the air now because I'm going to go watch the news, see what's happening, you know. So y'all take care. Good morning to everybody and goodbye. Good morning and goodbye. See you tomorrow, probably.